Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Steffy didn't raise her voice when she confronted Taylor, but the urgency in her tone said everything. This wasn't a casual concern. This was fear sharpened by experience, by scars that never fully healed. Steffy made it clear that Sheila Carter wasn't just a bad memory or an old threat that could be ignored. Sheila was in danger herself, always watching, always waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And Taylor, despite her professional training and years of dealing with trauma, seemed dangerously close to underestimating just how unpredictable Sheila truly was. Steffy reminded her mother that Sheila doesn't operate by logic or boundaries. She doesn't respect remorse, therapy, or second chances. Sheila survives by manipulation, by slipping through cracks people don't even realize exist. Steffy's voice wavered when she talked about Finn, about Hayes, about how every moment of peace felt temporary as long as Sheila was breathing free air. She pointed out that Sheila has a way of inserting herself into families, twisting emotions until people question their own instincts. And that's exactly why Steffy refused to stay silent. Taylor tried to reassure her daughter, explaining that people can change, that she's seen genuine remorse before. But Steffy shut that down immediately. This wasn't a patient Taylor was analyzing from a distance. This was the woman who shot her, who terrorized her family, who faked her own death more than once. Steffy said she could feel it in her gut. Sheila wasn't done. Not with Finn. Not with their family. And definitely not with Steffy herself. As the conversation grew more intense, Steffy accused Taylor of letting her guard down because of her desire to see the good in people. She reminded her mother that Sheila uses that very instinct against others. Taylor listened, visibly conflicted, realizing that her professional optimism might be blinding her personal judgment. Steffy's warning wasn't just about fear, it was about survival. She begged Taylor not to engage with Sheila, not to entertain conversations, not to believe apologies that had been rehearsed 1,000 times. Across town, Deacon Sharp was facing his own reckoning. Alone with his thoughts, the weight of his secrets finally became too heavy to carry. For months, he had danced around the truth, convincing himself that protecting Sheila, or protecting himself, was the lesser evil. But guilt has a way of demanding payment, and Deacon could no longer ignore it. When Deacon finally confessed to Deke, the words came out slower than expected, as if each one hurt to release. He admitted that his connection to Sheila ran deeper than anyone knew. This wasn't just misplaced sympathy or poor judgment. Deacon confessed that he had actively helped Sheila, hidden her, and protected her when the world believed she was dead. And worse, he admitted that part of him thought he could control the situation. Deke didn't interrupt at first. He let Deacon talk, let him unravel. Deacon explained how Sheila had played on his loneliness, his desire to be needed, his constant struggle to prove he wasn't the villain everyone believed him to be. Sheila had made him feel like a hero, like the one person who truly understood her. And Deacon, desperate for redemption, took the bait. As the confession continued, Deacon admitted that he knew how dangerous Sheila was. He knew about her obsession with Finn, her hatred of Steffy, her willingness to destroy lives without hesitation. Yet he still helped her. He still chose secrecy over safety. And now, with Sheila back in the shadows but closer than ever, Deacon realized he might have unleashed something he couldn't stop. The tension between Steffy's warning and Deacon's confession began to feel eerily connected. While Steffy tried to prevent another disaster, Deacon was coming to terms with the fact that he might have already set one in motion. Sheila wasn't just a looming threat. She was a consequence of choices made in fear, loneliness, and denial. Steffy later confided that she felt watched, that every quiet moment felt like the calm before something terrible. She told Taylor that Sheila thrives when people argue about whether she's still dangerous. That hesitation gives Sheila time. Time to plan. Time to manipulate. Time to strike. Taylor finally seemed to understand that this wasn't about forgiveness or psychology. This was about protecting her family at all costs. Meanwhile, Deacon wrestled with the fallout of his confession. Deke demanded to know why he hadn't gone to the police, why he hadn't told Finn or Steffy the truth. Deacon had no good answer, only regret. He admitted that fear kept him silent. Fear of losing everything. Fear of being blamed. Fear that no matter what he did, he'd always be the bad guy. But the truth was out now, and it couldn't be taken back. Deacon acknowledged that Sheila's chaos was no longer just her responsibility. It was his too. And the realization hit hard that someone could get hurt, or worse, because of his silence. As the day wore on, the emotional stakes only grew higher. Steffy's warning echoed with urgency, while Deacon's confession lingered with dread. Two different conversations, but the same terrifying center. Sheila Carter was once again a ticking time bomb, and everyone connected to her was standing too close. Steffy resolved that she wouldn't wait for proof this time. She promised Taylor that she would do whatever it took to protect her family, even if it meant making enemies or being accused of overreacting. She'd been right about Sheila before, and she trusted her instincts now more than ever. Deacon, on the other hand, stood at a crossroads. Confession was only the first step. The real question was whether he'd finally do the right thing, or if fear would once again keep him silent while Sheila moved freely in the shadows. And as both stories continued to unfold, one truth became impossible to ignore. Sheila Carter doesn't just destroy lives when she acts. She destroys them when people hesitate, when they doubt, when they choose silence over action. And this time, the cost of that hesitation might be higher than ever before. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.